Hi there, I'm Auntie Sarah from CoffeeCraft, and today I'm bringing you a holiday craft guide. So, let's grab ourselves a hot cup of motivation and let's get started. For the sewn hair bow and bow tie bow, we're going to want one square that is 6 inches by 3 inches and one square that's 10 inches by 6 inches. Okay, there's one square. Alright, now you may be tempted to just go ahead and sew these, and I'm sure that they would look beautiful and fun. I'm going to iron them because I don't think that's going to look that great once it's all folded up, right? It's going to have a weird bend in it. Now you could have ironed these beforehand, you can iron them now. I just recommend that you iron before you sew, okay? You may not want to. I highly recommend it. But since we still have a few more pieces, I'm going to get those smaller bits cut out first, and then I'm going to iron those as well so that they look just as nice as the rest. The center pieces we're going to want to be about 6 inches by 3 inches. So we're just going to do the square here. He's very inspired. So now we have 4 of our center pieces for the bow and 4 bows. With these, let's sew it over and iron it up. Okay, now we're ready to start ironing. So I've plugged in my iron. I've waited until the little light has turned green and made sure that it's on polyester or cotton, depending on whatever you're ironing today. This is a cotton, so I'm just gonna iron this on cotton. We'll just do one at a time. Done! See? Really no real difficulty, especially with iron. I love ironing. Did I say iron? I meant cotton. Don't iron, okay? It's already iron. Doesn't really matter which way, but it depends on the fabric you're using. Some fabric, you're going to want to iron the back of it rather than the front of it. Some, it doesn't matter. Like this, it really doesn't matter. Okay. So, really, you're just not applying a lot of pressure, but enough to push the wrinkles out of it. And that's one reason why you may also hear it called a press instead of an iron, because you press all of the wrinkles right on out of it. Now if your fabric's super wrinkly, what I suggest you do is actually put your fabric in the wash for a little one cycle or so. And then put it through the dryer if that fabric's allowed to go through the dryer. If not, let it hang dry. And once it's almost dry, you bring it over and you iron it when it's still just a tiny, tiny bit damp. That really helps iron things as well. A lot of irons have a steamer setting. I prefer to just work with already steamed fabric or damp fabric. Then it's like evenly damp and not like sprinkles of water. Anyway, these are looking great. Now we're ready to pin and then sew. We're back. Now we're gonna pin. We're gonna pin everything hot dog style. So let's take your fabric, fold it long ways so that the long edges are together. And we're just going to pin perpendicular to the direction that we're sewing here. Okay, now we've got 4 long tubes, 4 little tubes. I'm gonna go ahead and put the pins away, sit your marker away, get out the sewing machine. The fabric that I'm sewing is red. I'm going to load up some red. I believe this is rayon. Doesn't need to be exactly perfect all the time. Ideally, I would have cotton to go with my cotton bows here, but I do not. We have a bobbin filled with the same color thread, which is nice. So now we just put our bobbin in the bobbin spot. Make sure you follow your machine instructions on which direction your bobbin goes in. That matters, and it will mess everything up if you get it wrong. I promise. Read your instructions. Okay. Pull it out of that. Now we're going to thread our machine. We're going to keep it easy. Just do some straight stitch. So in this pattern, I just want to do like a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and that is marked on my machine. If that is not marked on your machine, you could always mark it with a Sharpie or other utensil. But either way, you're going to try to go as straight as you can. One down. Easy. To keep everything neat, I like to trim my threads at this point. For now, I'm going to put away the sewing machine because the rest of this I am going to hand sew closed, just like how we did those. So, clean it up. Okay, we're going to iron again. What we're going to do this time is flatten out each piece so that the seam is up, the seam is open, and we're just going to iron it right across that. That'll make sure that the crisp edge is going to be on the edge of the bow, and it will make sure that our seam won't cause any kind of weird crinkling, odd bits in our bow. So we'll start with a big piece. Now, before I iron, I like to give a hand press. This is just pushing pretty hard with your finger. Just make sure that the seam in general knows which way you want it to go. It's no heat apply, obviously, because it's just your hands. But it does help it just stay just a little open. So, my iron's ready. Give it a little press. Okie dokie. One down. I have found that as I've increased in experience with sewing, the thing that has helped me keep all of my work really neat has been pressing and ironing correctly. At first I didn't really see the real necessary part of it. You know, I just thought it was one more step that I didn't really need to worry about. But especially as I've learned how to sew some garments, really having a nice iron, a nice ironing board, maybe even some tailor pillows or blocks, those are super helpful. Okie dokie. Everything is ironed. So now let's head over to the bench and we will start assembly of these bows. All right. So now that we have everything sewn, well, everything is cut, everything is sewn, everything is pressed. We are ready to turn these right side out and start turning them into actual bows. So start with the easy mode. Let's go with the big boys. We just need to turn these right side out. Okie dokie. Let's try a skinny one. Now I might go ahead and get my pencil out again, similar to how I turned the green one right side out. These can just be a little too small for my finger to fit in, and a little too fiddly for me to have patience for. So I think I will do that. Again, you could use anything that's pokey to do this. You could use a shish kebab stick, or a chopstick, or a pen with a lid on it, so that you're not going to bleed through the fabric on this. I do like this pencil for this job specifically because it's not very sharp. It's a pretty dull pencil, and because it's a tailor's pencil, the markings don't bleed through the fabric. Let's see, there we go. Now we're in the land of the free here. Send it home, woo! Since they are looking a little tubish, I'm actually going to quickly iron them, just so that they're a little bit flatter. So I'll be right back with flatter pieces. Threaded needle, not very long. It's, I don't know, like a forearm without a hand. What we're going to do is do, I believe, right sides together with the seam facing out. And we are just going to do a running stitch. Let's flip it the other way. And then lay it so that the seam is in the center. Looks pretty good, pretty good. Now we're just going to do the same kind of pinch method from before. Oh, that looks so cute. Okay. Just adjust it a little bit. Make sure that this pulls all the way up to here. Oh, excellent, excellent. So that is looking perfect. I'm going to put a pin on either side of it just to try to hold it in place. This will have a little bit of a raw edge, but what I think I'm going to do is tuck it and then roll it and then tuck this edge. So that when it's, around the piece, that raw edge is hidden, so it won't fray and it won't all come undone if they need to wash this bow tie, for example. So let's just kind of check how many times this thing wraps around. All right, we are on the back, so we're just going to gently tuck it under, and we're going to just sew this piece down. A little piece of fabric on the top, a little piece of fabric on the bottom. This doesn't need to be sewn all the way through or anything. I just want to sew this loop closed. If you, for some reason, did not have time to sew, or maybe you don't want to, that's totally fine. You could use hot glue for this step, or any other kind of binding that you'd like to do. That would work totally fine. I find hand sewing this to be not actually that super time consuming, but again, I think a lot of this just comes with time and practice, Do that little trim, and voila, we have a bow. Oh, it's so cute. Isn't it adorable? Or even up here. Oh, so cute, so cute. So, just going to do those same steps to the other three, and then we'll be all set here with the bows.